Mum catches her kid jerking off and she's disgusted. She's afraid that he's going to turn into some fucking sleazebag. I even replied on social media. I went, here, honey, get with the fucking program. Come off your fucking high horse. Build a bridge. Get over it, baby. Because that does not mean he's going to be a sleazebag. He's 13 years of age and he's jerking off. That is the normal age for guys to be jerking off. Peter. Walsh. Well, all right, ladies and gents, welcome back to the show. And it's that time of the month again, guys. That time of the month, it's Wacky Dating Stories time. As you know, guys, I'm really trying to help you out, and as much as I can. And some of these dating stories are, they're batshit crazy, guys. We've come out the gate storming here in a bad way in January 2024. Sorry, not 2023. And wow, it's been a dramatic fucking month. Now, there's one or two that are actually quite funny, I have to say. And you know what? Even I'm actually involved in this one this month, believe it or not. I even got somebody tried to scam me out of 500 euros. We'll get to that in a few minutes. But even I'm involved in this one now. And, but you know what? Fuck it. Just gotta laugh it off, you know? You gotta laugh it off. It's quite funny when I look back now when I try to get scammed here. But why don't we get going, right? So let's kick it off in style. And, okay, number one on the list. Girl gets dumped just after New Year's. Now, sorry, by the way, guys, just before I'm interrupting here, before we continue here, if this is your first time, I'm doing a Wacky Dating Stories. I'm doing a review every month of terrible dating stories, good dating stories. We're just doing an overall summary. All these stories are coming in from emails people send me. They're coming in from social media, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, you name it, and we're putting them all in. So here we go, and this one is January 2024, sorry. So we started off, girl gets dumped just after New Year's Eve. Now, this was a tough one for this girl. So basically what happened here is she had a boyfriend, and he came clean afterwards. On the 2nd of January, he decides to have a chat. He's calling it off, and that's it. Done. Poor fucking girl, right? Now, look, hey, is there any good time to dump somebody? Now, let's look at it from the guy's point of view and the girl's point of view. Now, she was very upset, very angry, and the problem was... Now, let's look at it from the guy's point of view, okay? All right. I can understand from a guy's point of view here. And you know what? Actually, if this was a girl here as well, I'd understand it too. But let's go with the guy's point of view here. The guy who dumps the girl. So he dumps her on the 2nd of January. Now, he said to her, which he shouldn't have said this. He said, look, I didn't want to upset you over Christmas. That's why I'm doing it now. So in a way, he's kind of given her a jab as in like, I knew you'd be upset over me. And now, obviously, coming from a guy's point of view, I know he didn't mean that. Alright? He didn't mean it that way. As in like, well, hey, you know, I know I've got you in the palm of my hand here, honey, and, you know, his ego going through the roof. No. Well, look, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he is a complete evil prick. But we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. And I'd give a woman the benefit of the doubt in this one too. But she's quizzing him. She's asking him, well, look, you know, why did you do it now? Why didn't you just do it over Christmas? I could have relaxed and enjoyed myself. But, you know, as the guy, I can understand now. I've never done this over Christmas. Jesus. But isn't it the same type of thing where you dump somebody on their birthday? Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to do that. And he said that he wasn't looking for a Christmas present. And I'll tell you, ladies, most guys that I know, they wouldn't give a fuck about getting the Christmas present, okay? They wouldn't be staying in the relationship just to get the present and, hey, I'll dump her after that. No, not at all. Of course, I can't speak for every man out there, but this isn't our goal. Not at all. Not at all. So I can understand that, look, you know, can you imagine now you dump the girl a couple of days before Christmas Day? Even if you're the guy dumping the girl, you're going to be thinking of her on Christmas Day. You're probably going to feel like shit, right? You're thinking she's going to feel like shit too, and have you just ruined her Christmas Day? And then coming up into the holidays, New Year's, do you want to ruin the girl's New Year's Eve? I mean, this is what I'd be thinking here. You know? Now, you got to remember too here, guys, I'm not standing up for this guy here. And if it was a girl here, I'd be saying the same thing here. But we don't know whether the guy was a good boyfriend or a bad boyfriend or a combination of both. But at the end of the day, it would have been easier for him to actually just dump her before Christmas. Because it's done, it's over with, right? Now, maybe the guy's full of shit too. He wasn't totally sure and he didn't want to have that regret afterwards. And that could be very easily true here. Very easily true. But I don't think so, guys. I really don't. You know, I think giving him the benefit of the doubt, it's tough because you just want to end it and you're hanging on because you don't want to ruin the person's Christmas Day and New Year's Eve holiday. So I understand where a guy or a girl's coming from on that one. You know? And it's not that he's got a big fucking ego. Now, again, we're assuming that he's the nice guy. It's not that he's got a massive ego. He's being quite caring, I have to say. I genuinely believe that. And if it was the same the other way around, if the girl was dumping him, I'd be saying the exact same thing. Because the chances are, he could have gone out over Christmas and hooked up with another girl. Right? All those boys going out of the weekend on the fucking piss, drinking away, right? And all of a sudden, he's missing out. Or maybe there was some girl that he's really attracted to, but yet, oh, fuck, you know what? No, I'll hang on and just wait. You know? He sacrificed something here too. Now, now let's look at it from the girl's point of view. I can totally understand where she's coming from. Oh, you didn't want to ruin my Christmas. Well, who said it could have been fucking ruined? Do you know what I mean? Like, I understand that, believe me. And that would be coming from a place of hurt. And you know what, guys? I'm standing up for her too. I'd feel that ego sting. Everybody else on the planet would feel that ego sting, you know? Oh, really? You're sparing me, Mary. Or whoever it is. Do you know? Like, we'd all feel that. Of course we fucking would. Of course we would. But what do they say? There's no love. What is that saying again? Brain fart here. They compare love and war. All's fair in love and war. And people have fights. People get their feelings hurt. Their ego hurt. And it's tough. It's tough. But you know something? The solution here. I agree with the guy. And whether it was a guy or girl, I'm not going to break up with somebody over the holidays. Now, unless now it was something unbelievable. I found out that she cheated on me a few days ago, or she's fucking around, she's flirting her ass, and she's texting another guy. I'd have no problem in the world dumping her before Christmas. I wouldn't be maliciously going out there to go, right, this is perfect now, guys. It's Christmas. It's going to ruin her fucking Christmas. No. I would just go, well, fuck this. I'm not hanging on for this. Why would you? Why would you? So it would have to be a really, really good reason. But look, hey, for that girl, if she is listening to this podcast, you know, I really do, and I'm sorry to hear this. My heart goes out to you. It's tough. Of course it's tough. Jesus Christ. How couldn't it be? You know? So, and I wish you the best of luck, honey, honestly, if you're listening out there. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Now, one is a bit fucked up. All right? Guy dumps girl after he gets presents. Now, I know we just kind of spoke about that there a second ago. In fact, I'm even thinking, is this one a piss take? Like, really? A guy does this shit? Now, I even just said, well, look, you know, we're not hanging on for presents. Again, like I said, I wasn't speaking for every guy. Did I say that? Anyway, I can't speak for every guy. But, like, I don't know if this is a piss take, because I genuinely do still believe it. And I'm sticking up for the boys here on that one. And even girls. I can't imagine a guy or girl's going to stay in a fucking relationship to get a present and get the fuck out of there. Now, I'm even going to try and defend this. Would you even stay in a relationship knowing that you're going to get a present because you've spent so much on them and they've been really stingy with presents? Well then, seriously guys, why would you stay in that relationship? Just because you want to get them back? Like, Jesus. And okay, you can't speak for every guy or girl here, Peter. You can't. Of course you can't. And maybe there is guys and girls out there that are just like this. Maybe there is. But there wasn't that much information I got about this one, but I did put a social media post. And even some people did even say, hey, Peter, this must be a wind-up. And quite honestly, I do think it could have been a wind-up, this one. But hey, I tell you, shame on you, anybody out there. Even if you've got the worst present off your boyfriend or girlfriend and you just want to get them back, fuck you. Seriously, fuck you. Why would you do that? Have some fucking respect for yourself. Have some balls. Have some integrity. And don't hang on for the goddamn present and then dump the person. You know, even if the person's cheated on you, has been an unbelievable pain in the ass, biggest asshole in the world, this is about you getting out clean and having integrity and respect for yourself. Don't stoop down to that level, please. Alright, next, what do we have? So, we have, guy says he's below average and no luck on dating apps because of it. I remember this guy, poor guy. Emailed me on, texted me on social media, TikTok, and he's saying that he's average to below average looking. He feels that there's a lot of women out there. I mean, some of these stories make you want to slit your wrists here, like. And this guy, he feels that he can't get a woman because it's all about looks. You see, I have to disagree with him on this one here. I do think that for the majority of men, not everybody, but if anybody is basing it on looks, I think men are worse for this than women. I gotta put my hand in the air, right? Even I'm victim to it. I'm like, ooh, she looks like a dickhead, but ooh, she's kind of hot though. I've been there, done that, worn the t-shirt trillion fucking times. You know? Men are more guilty about this one than women, I think, anyway, personally. And I don't think so. You know, guys, if you're listening to this, come up with something funny, charming. Be one of the Jack the lads, the laugh, right? The man. I'm telling you, there's more attitude. More men get women based on their attitude and a pure Jack the lad, cool fucker, I'm the man, champion performance attitude than the looks. Anybody out there, woman or man, I wouldn't actually say that, okay? How many, let's call it, how many big girls, right? Girls that are overweight, let's say, right? They've got big bums, they've got big boobs, they're just big in general, right? I'm not having a go. What I'm saying is, ladies, do you realize how many guys that love overweight girls are bigger girls, or whatever way you want to call it, right? But there's so many guys, right? The girl with the big booty. I mean, 10 years ago, this shit just didn't exist, or it was kind of kept quiet. But now it's fucking fashionable. Now you've got big booty girls, or big booty guys, hooking up left, right, and center. So I think people are hanging on to this sort of label that, oh, I'm not that good looking. Hey, the amount of guys and girls that are, let's say, average looking, and they pull left, right, and center. Attitude, act as if you're fucking Brad Pitt. Act as if you're fucking Eva Longoria. Act as if you're the fucking champion of the world. People like the attitude. They love the fucking spunk. That's what I would say. You know? And, you know, you gotta admit, guys, I do have a point here. Alright, let's move it on. So, it was interesting. Did you know, guys, and by the way, we're a bit too late in this one, but the first Sunday, and actually really January is a very good month to meet somebody for a date. I think people are, okay, you got the January blues, and I even posted up on social media. People got the January blues, you know, the holiday blues from Christmas, and they're a bit down in the dumps, but people are still kind of, I think, refreshed spiritually, if you want to call it, that they want to meet somebody. I think people are very, very open to meeting somebody in the month of January. You know, it's a fresh start, it's a fresh year, out the gates fresh, you know. And I wouldn't rule it out, guys. And just, look, we're a year out of it, but, and we're too late, but just so you know, keep an eye on this. If you are single after Christmas coming up this year, right, 2024 and going into January 25, if you are single still, if you can remember this, the busiest day for dating apps, for Tinders and Bumbles and My Dating Groups, is the first Sunday in January. That's right. They say it's the busiest day of the year for online dating. So there you go. I just wanted to let you guys know that one. And hopefully you guys can remember that. And hopefully you're not single next year. But hey, shit happens if you are. All right. So here's an interesting one. Moving on to the next one. I found out a new stat here. Now, I'm keeping an eye on the dating stats, as many of you will know from my social media, and I'm posting it up. But another stat that came in, and I've heard about this one before, but this is updated now. 30% of people on dating apps don't have a photo of themselves. They don't even put up any photo. They don't even put up a fucking photo of their back garden or their dog, a quote, the weather. They don't even put up any photo, full stop. 30%. 3 out of 10 fucking people, and you're bitching and moaning that you can't find anybody? Are you serious? And by the way, guys, I know this, that people bitch and moan, because I have those dating groups, and people have emailed me. They've messaged me. Peter, this is fucking a joke, man. There's no women on here. There's no men on here. What the fuck? This is just typical classic Tinder and Bumble. And then I fucking log on to their goddamn fucking profile, and they don't even have a fucking photo up. And they're bitching and fucking moaning. Seriously, you've got to get your head fucking checked if you're coming with that bullshit to me. I don't want to hear any whining and complaining about that one. How the hell are you going to meet somebody without putting up a photo? And you can come out with your bullshit, oh well, it shouldn't be about looks. Yeah, well, tough shit. It can be about looks to a degree, okay? You gotta look a bit attractive to the person, right? Or at least they want to know what you look like, and why aren't you putting up a photo? You have to remember this. Some people think, why isn't this person putting up a photo? Are they married? Do they have a boyfriend? Do they have a girlfriend? What are they doing? Why are they hiding? Because everybody else has got a photo up there. And according to this stat, 70% of people have a fucking photo up there of themselves. So, you know, guys, seriously, if you're if you're not going to play here, well, tough shit. Seriously, tough fucking shit. Jesus Christ alive. Okay, now let's get on to my old what happened to me. Yeah. Typical. I'm always calling out everybody else's problems, but I'm right in it now. So guys, this happened to me recently. I went on a date, and maybe be careful of this scam that's out there. And I even did a podcast on this, but I'll summarize this. So I went on a date with a girl 3 times, and she's from a different country. So she ends up calling me, and she's crying on the phone. So I'm like, oh, fuck me, what happened here? And she's saying that she's not happy in her workplace. They're bullying, picking on her. She doesn't know what to do. She wants to go home to her home country. Then she throws out, now I'm starting to feel bad for this girl. Then she throws out the, hey, Peter, could you give me a loan of money? Of course, right there. And then I went, oh, for fuck's sake. Well, that was all bullshit. So I said, I'm sorry, you want a loan of money? She goes, yeah, if I could get maybe 500 euros, I just need to get the flight back to my home country. And she comes in with the classic one. Oh, and look, by the way, when I get home, I'll pay you back. Now, why didn't she just say, well, actually, instead of paying him back when I get home because mom or dad or her best friend's going to give her the money, why does she get the money off the person in the first place? And I'll tell you why. Because it's a fucking scam. The woman would not have paid me back. She would have been out of the country. Good luck, Peter. Bon voyage, motherfucker. Never would have heard from her again. And job done. All over. Now, I tell you guys, right? I've said this quite a few times on my podcast episodes, right? Yes, you can hear this hard, brutal statement or comment from somebody. But you see, this is where I think this really does help us. Because if she didn't ask me for money right there and then, I might have had sympathy for her. I might have felt, oh my God, my heart's fucking bleeding for this girl. What the fuck? Oh Jesus. I would have could have felt bad. Which naturally you would have, right? But here's the thing. I get it. Some people, if they heard that from somebody that, oh Jesus, he's trying to get money out of me, really? Or the girl's trying to get money out of me? I understand that people would be upset about that because you might like the girl or the guy and you want to see where this is going, and all of a sudden you've just got played, right? But the way I looked at this made me feel better. I definitely would like to have seen her again, guys. Definitely. But, hearing that, she just saved me fucking weeks and weeks and months of figuring this out, going on dates here, going to the cinema, fucking sleeping in my house, I sleeping in her house, going for a drive here and this and that. She just saved me fucking a huge amount of time. And I always say that. The sooner they show their cards, the better. Yes, it can hurt, and that's okay. I'm not saying that you shouldn't feel hurt, guys. I'm just saying that it's a good thing. Always remember, even if somebody fucks you over, they cheat on you, they do whatever, they try and scam you out of money, whatever reason it is, it will hurt, but at least you've got to the finish line quick and you're not going to waste even more time heading up in the future. The moment she said that to me on the phone, guys, I was bang, well, I'm never seeing this girl again. Fuck her. And it was problem solved, job done, good luck. I've barely thought about her since then. Of course, I did bring it up because, hey, great story to tell for you guys. I've thought about her once or twice, but not in a bad way. I certainly have no sympathy for her whatsoever. And, you know, if it was your boyfriend or girlfriend or your husband or wife, that would be understandable. Very understandable. But you meet somebody for 3 dates? Get the fuck out of here. Jesus. So never think it's a bad thing, guys. I'm serious when I say that. Genuinely. Never think it's a bad thing when you hear bad news. As long as you can get out of it alive and you're healthy out of it, that's the most fucking important one. Okay, so this is another interesting one, and we spoke about this here on TikTok, that there's a guy and girl dating. This is the next topic here now, guys. So there's a guy and girl dating, and the guy's got a couple of mental health problems. The girl's picked up on that as she's going out with him more and more. He seemed okay at the start. He was kind of quiet, she said, but she didn't mind that. She just thought he was genuinely just a quiet guy. She got to know him more. He's obviously revealed more about himself, and she does realize that she doesn't feel that he's a complete psychopath now. No. She just feels that he should go and address some of his issues with the psychologist. Nothing wrong with that, guys. Nothing wrong with that. I've seen one in the past. Don't give a fuck to say that out loud. And if you think, oh, you can't believe it, well then, fuck you. You're an asshole. Because everything comes from our mental health and our mental outlook of things. And we go to the gym, we go for a massage, we'll fix that and repair that or make it feel better, but we won't go to the most important muscle in our body, our head, our brain. Are you kidding me? Even if you don't have any problems, guys, I would still suggest going to a psychiatrist or psychologist because you can learn something. You can learn to improve yourself. What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. And the guy keeps saying here, oh, I'm grand, I'm grand. Now, of course, the problem here is that now she's starting to feel a bit bitter and a bit, she's starting to resent the guy because he won't try and help himself, and it's putting pressure on their relationship. And he's not even given it second thought. That's what she's saying. He just blows it off, and she's even addressed, listen, you know, we're having a few fights because of this and that, and we've discovered that you do have a problem with this, and he's admitted it, but yet he won't try and fix the fucking problem. Now, maybe the guy, if he did go to a psychologist, maybe he would never actually fix the problem, but at least go to one of these people and try and fix the fucking problem. And I tell you guys, you know, if you are one of these people that do suffer from something and you really have felt that you should go and you have a partner, I'm telling you now, it's not all about you. It's about them too, because they're going to resent you and they might end up actually fucking dumping you because you're just, oh, I don't give a shit. You know, that's exactly what this girl feels like. She thinks he's basically given her, oh, go fuck yourself, honey. I don't give a shit. That's how she's feeling. And quite understandably too. Jesus, I'm 100% on this girl's side. Don't think it's a bad thing going to a psychologist. Come on, get the fuck out of here. Jesus. Alright, now this one. This next story. Holy Jesus Christ. Guys, I've got 2 pages full here of scenarios. I'm only halfway through the first page. And it's only January. It's only January 2023. Fucking jeez, are you kidding me? My God. Okay. So, the next one. guy gets rejected before he goes on a date because he's not the right star sign. Now, is this true? Is this a wind-up? Is this just a bullshit story that somebody's asked me to call out in social media? Yeah, maybe. But you know something? I've been on some first dates where I've had some wackadoo girls that have arrived up on the scene. And maybe it's true. And by the way, I'm also saying that there's some wackadoo guys out there, so go easy on me here, guys, please. But I don't know. So apparently, the girl asks him before the date, what star sign are you? He says that he's a Leo. And then she bolts. Gone. Gone. Nothing to be heard from her. He even tried to text her a few times. Is everything okay? Nothing back from her. And they obviously didn't go on the date. Well, what more do you say on that one? But do you think it's true, guys? I don't know about that. Hey, there's some fucking freaks out there, guys. There really is. Men and women. You never know. Jesus. Alright, this was definitely the big one for January so far, guys. Well, we're at the end of January. This was definitely the big one for January. Guy getting married, he gets the jitters. I even did a podcast on this there recently. So, guy has been with the girl, oh Lord, what was it again? I think it was 7 years. 7 years. Don't quote me, but anyway, either way, guys, it was a long time they've been with each other. So, 7 years, that's right. So 7 years, they're living with each other, they've got no kids. 3 months out from the wedding, he feels a bit nervous, anxious, and he's out over Christmas on a night out. He doesn't cheat, he says, but he nearly did cheat. Now, take what you will from that. We're going to assume he didn't cheat. Maybe he started flirting with a girl and he felt, oh God, you know, she's hot as fuck, man. I want to hook up with her. And then he went, oh shit, no, don't. Or maybe subconsciously, he's getting so terrified of the wedding that any girl will do, and that's why she was so gorgeous. Do you know? I don't know. But he's getting the jitters, and he was wondering, have other people felt like this? I mean, shit. If you're feeling like this, I mean, of course there's going to be wedding jitters, right? Of course there is. But is it going to fuck you up that you've been with a girl for 7 years, you're living with each other right now? Really? Like, I think if anybody's going through this, you've got some underlying issues about commitment, even though you're living with the person. But obviously, I mean, isn't living with the person enough to call it serious relationship? But like, why does it change then all of a sudden because you're getting married? Seriously? That changes everything? It's not that you're living in different houses and, oh, we're getting married in 3 months and the night of our wedding, that's the night I move in or she moves into my house. And from then on there, that's the first time we're ever going to live with each other. And it's bang forever. It's going to be bang for the rest of our lives. Come on, get out of here. You've committed already. So I think that's why some people in these scenarios have some underlying issues and they've just stuck their head in the sand. Now, maybe the guy should go talk to a shrink. What does he do? Does he call off the fucking wedding? Jesus, I can't call on that one. But I do think that he's not in love with her. Maybe that's harsh. Maybe it is. But why would it be harsh? You've committed already. You've been with the person for 7 years. You're living with her. What the fuck? You're serious, dude. You're fucking serious with this girl. Get with the program here, buddy. You know, I hope God bless them, the two of them. I hope they do work this out. And I tell you, like, if this was the other way around and I found out that my girlfriend nearly cheated on me and she had the wedding jitters, even though I was living with her, I'd be fucking very concerned. Very, very concerned. Now, do you go tell your girl that you nearly cheated? No, you fucking don't. One person even brought that up on the social media. Well, he should definitely sit down and tell her what happened. No, you don't tell her that you nearly cheated. What the fuck? I mean, if you're gonna go that far, I mean, what happens next? The guy's walking through town, any girl or guy, and you have a boyfriend, girlfriend at home, and you look at some girl in a coffee shop and you're talking to the lads, and the lads are going, hey, Jesus, look at your one. You're like, oh my God, she's unbelievable. Like, do you go home and tell your girlfriend or your soon-to-be wife? Do you tell her that? Oh, hey, honey, you know, I was out with the lads there in the coffee shop today. Oh, how'd you get on? Yeah, it was grand, but actually, do you know what? I just wanted to tell you, I gotta be honest with you, because it's all about honesty, right? I just want to tell you, honey, that I thought this girl was really hot today in the coffee shop and I was almost drooling over her, and I told the lads that too. Do you know what she'd do? She'd be looking at you going, first of all, I've no doubt she'd be saying, why is he telling me this? What the fuck? And then your mind would be going, well, hang on a second. Is that all just happened? Did he chat her up? Or is he trying to tell me softly that he's cheated on me with this girl? What the fuck is going on? That just brings up stupid fucking questions and answers, right? And paranoia. Now, I know it's a different scenario than almost cheating on a girl in the club, but hey, if you're going to go that far and tell her that you nearly cheated, honey, well, you might as well tell her so that you thought the girl in the coffee shop was hot today and you told all the boys. Give me a fucking break. You don't tell the person that. Now, I understand on the receiving end of this, if you found out that your girlfriend was nearly cheating on somebody, well, what do? Do you bring it up? Well, if somebody else told you, yeah, you fucking bring it up. But you don't go around telling the person, hey guys, maybe I'm wrong on that one, but Jesus Christ, you don't fucking... First of all, don't get into that scenario. Second, what are you doing? What are you doing telling the person this? Fuck me, pink. Fuck me, pink. Okay, so let's move on. Yeah. Let's move this one on. So another scenario. Guy says women are too fussy on dating apps, and women ask very fussy questions. Now, guys and girls, I'm single. I don't agree with this one. I even asked, and even though I asked on social media, can women comment on this one? I'm stumped on this one. Even the girls were on social media were like, don't know what you mean here. And I don't know what this guy means either, because I've never seen that on dating apps, like fussy questions. I think there's been maybe one or two girls where they'd ask weird questions, but not fussy questions. I've never experienced that one. Maybe there's people out there that have experienced this, but Jesus, I don't know. Unfortunately, I can't speak very educatedly on that one at the moment, but apparently there is people being very fussy, especially the women apparently. So anyway, let's move this one on. What's next? So, guy and girl. Oh, here's a good one. This is a juicy one, guys, and this is a real classic example of don't believe everything everybody tells you. So, guy and girl go on a date. First date. They're in a bar, and there's a waitress up and down from their table. The guy's chatting away to the girl. The waitress comes over and whispers in the girl's ear and says, he's been here a few times already the last few weeks. I think it was the last few weeks, something like that. Now, can you first of all imagine a fucking waitress coming over and saying this shit to you? Are you fucking kidding me? If this is actually true. Like, maybe the guy is a player. Maybe the guy has been in this week 4 times already, and this is girl number 5, and the girl wants to give the other girl who's on the date a warning, as in, oh God, poor girl, this girl's just another fucking number. Maybe that is the goddamn fucking case. Now, I know this though. I know players, because I used to be a big one. If you're dating a girl, and you're dating multiple girls on different days in a short space of time, you certainly don't go to the same fucking bar or restaurant with the same people there over and over again. You split it up, you mix it up, scatter it all around. Unless it's your family bar and no one's going to say anything and the waitresses and everybody knows, but people still talk. Word gets around. You scatter that shit out. So this is where I don't believe this. The guy, if he's going to the same bar with multiple girls, well then he's just the dumbest player I've ever heard in my life. This is why I think it's a bullshit story. But maybe it is. And then again, like, I understand that there's people looking out for other people, but how can you believe it? Maybe the waitress actually fancies this guy, and she's wanted him for so long, and he actually rejected her, and now all of a sudden she's like, well, fuck him, that asshole, and she's out for fucking revenge. You know? Maybe that's the case. You know, maybe she's a gorgeous waitress and she gets every guy she wants, but that's still not enough. Maybe she wants everybody. In fact, how dare you, Malcolm or John or Greg or whatever his name is. Fuck you, Greg. and she's going to put him back in his place simply because her fucking precious little delicate fragile ego has taken a hit that it never takes. This is why I always say, guys, never believe everything everybody tells you, you know? So, and you know what? Maybe it is true because she's risking her job for another girl, but maybe it's all bullshit too. Maybe she's just a whack job. You know? This guy could have easily reported this girl. Jesus, or this girl could have reported her. Fucking hell. Okay, just a quick one. This wasn't a scenario here, but somebody reminded me, and I'd like to just remind you guys, a dating scam alert. Apparently, Google Chat is a big one where people go. Okay, so just a quick heads up on this one for you. Apparently, if you're talking to somebody on Tinder, Bumble, wherever, and they ask you to go to Google Chat, apparently that's a big scam. So just look out for that one, guys. All right, what's next? Right. You know, this isn't to do with dating, but I gotta throw this in. This is awesome. Mum catches her kid jerking off, and she's disgusted. She's afraid that he's going to turn into some fucking sleazebag. I even replied on social media. I went, here, honey, get with the fucking program. Come off your fucking high horse. Build a bridge. Get over it, baby. Because that does not mean he's going to be a sleazebag. He's 13 years of age, and he's jerking off. That is the normal age for guys to be jerking off. My God, it does not mean he's going to be a sleazebag, okay? In fact, it's the opposite way. Most of the time, sleazebags are guys who never get any women. Think about it. If he's a sleazebag, no women want to be around the guy. So therefore, he's not getting any action, okay? And if he was getting action, he'd feel happier and secure in himself, and he wouldn't have to act sleazy. All right. Now again, we're kind of getting a bit off the road, the track here, but anyway, they do it at that age, 12, 13, maybe even younger. I don't know. I don't want to get too graphic about kids, fucking whatever, la 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 la. But that's about the age that we us boys start doing this. Okay, it's a perfectly healthy, natural thing for guys to be doing this. Now you'd have to wonder: is this woman? Are you a born again nun or something? You had a son and you decided to turn to the priesthood? To the nuns? I mean, seriously? Good Lord. Anyway. Okay. Let's move it on. These guys, we're getting a lot done here today, aren't we? There's been a lot of drama here. Oh yeah, this is another one. 34-year-old guy. Never been in a relationship before. This was a big one too, and I actually did a podcast on this one as well. And, you know, I think this is a very fascinating one. Because a girl went on a date with a guy. 34 years of age the guy is. He's never been in a relationship before. He actually came clean and he admitted that on the night of the date. She's obviously, and very understandably, a bit freaked out. Now, she did say that there's nice chemistry between them. Sorry guys, just having some of my tea here. She said that there's good chemistry between them and she wants to see him again, but the problem is she's obviously concerned that he's never been in a relationship. Well, look at it this way. Guys, how many people, let's go from the other end of this, okay? How many people do you know, or even yourself now, you've been in multiple relationships and you are so fucked up over relationships now because your boyfriend or your girlfriend, husband or wife, they cheated on you, right, with your best friend, or they cheated on you with someone else, okay, or they deceived you, they were stealing from you, they were doing this, they were doing that, and then all of a sudden, a couple of years later, you've got over them, but you haven't really, because guess what, you're still fucked up. You're in a paranoid state, you don't trust anybody anymore, you don't know, all of a sudden everything goes really peachy and great for the first couple of months when you're dating the next person that comes along, but all of a sudden they do one little thing, it reminds you of your ex, and all of a sudden you're back into fuckville again, back into paranoidville. And then you can't hack it, and then you look for excuses to get out of the relationship. Now, where's the benefit in that? My point here is this. just because you've had multiple relationships or you've had no relationships, there's no advantage here. Now, maybe I'm being a bit stupid on that one. Maybe there is an advantage for being in relationships, all right? You've got some experience under your belt. But how many times do people self-destruct when they get into another future relationship? And if they didn't get fucked over by their ex, maybe it could have worked out. Now, look, it's obviously what's meant to be is meant to be. But maybe that is the case. Maybe there's been so many good relationships that could have happened in this world, but they never happened simply because one person got fucked over so bad that they just can't handle a relationship again. They just can't. Now, I don't know where everybody is in terms of if it's meant to be, it's meant to be, or you don't believe in that, or you believe in karma, this or that. I don't know, but maybe it's something to think about here, guys, you know? And look at it from the guy's point of view. This guy has gone on a date, so he's obviously not scared to go on a date, right? The fact that he's never had a relationship, it hasn't put him off. He's still getting out there on a date, and maybe, just maybe, and by the way, I'm speaking about a guy or girl here. Maybe the person, even though they've never had a relationship, maybe they'd be so goddamn appreciative of having a relationship, they'd be the greatest boyfriend or girlfriend the world's ever seen. You know? And and my real point here is, guys, I wouldn't be put off. Now look, hey, I don't know if I've ever dated somebody that's never been in a relationship, so maybe I'm wrong here. Okay? And maybe I'd have to be in this scenario. And I'll even put my hands in the air and say that. Okay? Maybe I'm wrong on this one. But just try not to rule it out. I mean, maybe this person could be the greatest person. They're not damaged from other people. They don't have the paranoia that they're carrying around from the other relationship. They don't have the hurt, the destruction, you know? And maybe because they've never had one, they've been longing for one so much, and they have an unbelievable gratitude and appreciation for actually having a relationship then. Maybe it's something to think about, guys. You know, maybe it is. And I put it this way. I do know this. Now, this isn't, well, you know, Peter, you have to be in this situation. If I was on a date right now, and if I knew a girl was not in a relationship ever, and she told me, but I really fell for her, I would definitely be a bit concerned. Of course I would. But it still would not stop me. It wouldn't stop me. And the moment I think about it, so many relationships go south because they carry their excess bullshit baggage into the next relationship and it all gets fucked up. Well, that makes me feel better, and it certainly should make everybody else feel better out there as well. So, take what you will from it, guys. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. Alright, let's move on. Oh yeah. Okay, so we're nearly there, guys. And boyfriend has a girl for 10 months. The girl goes on a night out with her girls. She said that she didn't even get drunk that night. It was just a sober night out. And the boyfriend apparently hears that she cheated on him. And he texts her the next day, "I know what you did last night." And never talks to her again. Job done. Relationship over. Now, let's look at it from both angles here. If a guy really did that, I'm thinking he just wanted it over. Okay? And in fact, maybe, just maybe, he's making this bullshit up. So it could be possible that there's a guy out there that fancies the girlfriend and he wants to just try and fucking cause shit, and he actually said it to the boyfriend. Maybe that could have happened. Now, assuming that she did not cheat, okay? Let's assume that. But let's look at it the other way. I think it's just more he wanted to end it as fast as he could, and he found just a stupid excuse to just dump her, and he's a chicken shit, and he doesn't want to face the music. That's what I think here has happened. So guys, if you ever, and I've always said this before, if something doesn't make sense, it's not that it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to you because you don't know the motivation and goal of what the other person's trying to achieve here. Right? It's like going out with somebody and all of a sudden your girlfriend tells you, and I've had this before in my past, guys. I had an ex-girlfriend who acted fucking crazy, okay? Out of nowhere. And I mean, this girl was batshit crazy, psychopath. there was parts of me where it just didn't hit me this stage. And I was like, Jesus Christ, you'd swear she actually wants to get dumped the way she was acting. And I just couldn't figure it out. Then eventually the penny dropped. And they say this in psychology as well, by the way. This isn't me just coming up with something. This is a fact. Her motivation was she didn't want to dump me. She wanted it over. She didn't want to dump me. She wanted me to dump her so she didn't have to worry about the pressure. She could get out scot-free. Well, hey, I got dumped, so no, I've got nothing to worry about. No regrets. Or she wanted to be with someone else. And then she can also look like the victim. Push him hard enough. Now, you see, she's also telling me that she loves me, right? Now, the logic is saying, well, hang on. If she loves me, why is she acting like this? Doesn't make sense. But actually, she's only just telling me that she loves me, but she secretly wants it over. That's why she's acting like that. You see, now the penny drops. Now it all makes goddamn fucking sense. If something doesn't make sense, you just don't know the motivation and angle what the other person's coming at you with. You don't know what they want. And if you know what they want, their actions will make all the sense in the world. Everything that doesn't make sense makes all the sense in the world. Get to their motivation. Get to their goal here. And you'll figure out exactly what the fuck they're up to. Alright, let's move it on. So, what else do we have? Okay. Oh yeah, we're gonna end on a good note here, guys. All right, we're gonna end up on a good one. There's been a lot of I hope it's been useful to you guys, informational, or maybe interesting to keep an eye out and keep the eyes open going forward when you hear about these stories. But here's a good one to end on, and this is a really good one. I love this, and I posted this on social media. There was a girl that emailed in. She said that she's now going out with a guy. But a few months back, she said that she was on Tinder and she saw this hot guy. She swiped right, hopefully that they'd match. He didn't swipe right on her, and they weren't a match, okay? Now, it doesn't mean that he went left and he said no. It just means he mightn't have seen her on Tinder, okay? But anyway, either way, they didn't match. She remembered his name because he was really gorgeous and hot. She saw him in a bar one night. And she did have the open-mindedness to say, well, actually, maybe he didn't see me on Tinder. Maybe he didn't. And she went over to him. Now, I'm not going to mention his name, but she went over to him and said, hey, X, how you getting on? He's like, oh, hello. And she literally came clean. She goes, you know something? And she went, fuck it, I'm going to tell him the truth. See what happens here. She said, you know what? I saw you on Tinder there a little while ago. I swiped right because you're fucking gorgeous. And I was hoping that you would swipe right, but I said, well, obviously you didn't. But anyway, I just want to come over and say hi. The guy was blown away, ladies and gents. He was blown away. He loved it. She didn't look desperate. She didn't look a horny girl looking for it on a night out. No. He thought it was awesome. So any girls listening out there, if you want to take a fucking risk, take a fucking risk. Don't sit back. If you feel, oh, I couldn't tell a guy, give him a compliment. I couldn't. I'd look too keen and eager and desperate. No, you fucking don't, ladies. You don't. And this is coming from a man, the horse's mouth. We love when a girl goes that forward. It is nothing of desperation of the sort. And guess what? They're now boyfriend, girlfriend. And she said they're really happy together. Now, it's obviously been a very, very short time, but she said things are going really, really good. And fair fucks to her, man. I like her balls. I like the way that your man is. He was open, and he admitted then. He said, oh yeah, you're hot. And boom, they're now boyfriend and girlfriend. It's a fucking great one to do, guys. So, hey, listen, if you see a guy or girl and they're really hot to you, remember their name. Remember their name. And if you don't get a match, doesn't mean they've seen you and they went left. It could mean that, but you don't know for sure. You don't know for sure. And you know what? Remember their name and go get them, Tiger. Talk to you later, guys. This is Wacky Dating Stories, January 2024. Obviously, we'll be back with more podcasts throughout the month of February. But Every month, we do Whacking Dating Stories of a review of the whole month. So we'll be back again at the end of February. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.
Peter.
Walsh.